So the question is it good to marry young? I personally believe it's a very good idea to marry young. Some of the greatest full of life stories that I've ever heard have been from high school sweethearts, 16-year-olds that will be in a relationship and then one gets pregnant and then they marry perhaps at 18 or so, if not younger. And just really every story I've heard from that has just worked out really well for the both of them. And I really believe that as you're growing out of childhood and into adulthood, you want to really you want to be going from one strong union of male and female into another strong union of male and female. I think that's a really great transition. It really helps to set you up against life's difficulties and trials and temptations and all that. However, there is still value in singleness and having a period of singleness, and some are more built for it. However, so I believe it's best to marry young. In our world, however, you have a situation where you either don't marry at all, or you marry very old, or you marry a very much older person as a younger person, and even that I don't think is too much of an issue. When you're together, I mean, just financially, you're going to be a greater powerhouse. So going out into the world, usually as a younger person, you don't really have too much money. So to be with someone else and to be earning that money together with your spouse, it's going to help for you guys to be able to raise your kids well. It's going to help for you to be able to fund your travel projects or to do any charity work. It's a worthwhile thing, and it's quite a worldly way of looking at it. However, it is able to create a strong spiritual foundation because you're actually working charitably with somebody else every day of your life, working in love and in harmony, and that is then reaping the rewards of more of a resource to use in the world in order to share that love outwards. And so if the relationship is quite destructive, and we'll find that not many resources will be made from it, and therefore you won't be able to proliferate that destructive relationship out into the world. So that's a nice natural balancing act that nature and God's creation provides. However, if you are to make a deal with the devil in some way that you can imagine, well, you'd be able to proliferate your wickedness with this other person to all areas of the globe. You just got to look at all the wicked ladies in the Bible, you know. They all that had very large influence acted with a partner who was a king or an influential person or a warrior, or they influenced the life of a king or a warrior for the worse. When you have single ladies or just promiscuous type ladies, they're either one of the best judges in all of Israel, or saving Israel from, I believe it might have been Jericho, or they're like a little pagan lady who helps Saul in a kind of diabolical way to get some answers from God. So really, it's the married women with the men who can really make a big old scene. So although that's not related to marrying young, I suppose the idea is the younger you are, the more innocent you are. So if you're going to join a union and build this union coming from as close as you can to your innocence, not to support child marriage in any way, then I believe that's more beneficial than rather having a marriage later in life where you're all grown up and cynical, potentially.